Welcome to Tactical Talk. This is Zain Khan. Recently, Pakistan and Russia are coming closer together. What is the future of these two Cold War rivals? Are Pakistan and Russia becoming allies? To discuss this topic, we have with us today Nedka Babliku. She is the contributing editor at the Eurasia Future. Welcome to our show, Nedka Babliku. This is Zain Khan. It's a pleasure to have you on Tactical Talk.
Thank you very much, Zain. It's a pleasure being here.
Nedka, Pakistan and Russia have been cozying up in the defense sector. What important arms deals have Pakistan and Russia reached in these past few years?
Well, they have been cozying up indeed. Pakistan and Russia have just signed a defense treaty, and also Pakistan's Chief of Army Staff, General Bajwa, visited Moscow recently, where he met with two of Russia's most high-profile generals, and they talked about regional security, they talked about stability, and also bilateral security cooperation. And both generals praised Pakistan for its efforts in countering terrorism, and also for Pakistan's efforts to reconcile, for rapprochement with Afghanistan, and to bring a sort of a peaceful settlement to Pakistan. Pakistan is important to Russia because, for many reasons, but one of them, of course, is Afghanistan. It is in Russia's great interest that there's peace in Afghanistan, not just for One Belt, One Road, where Russia has a high stake in, but also because Afghanistan borders Tajikistan, which is an incredibly volatile country, and so any instability and any terrorism that there is in Afghanistan could easily spill into Tajikistan. So Russia is very well aware of that, and is also aware of the fact that without Pakistan's cooperation, there can't ever be peace in Afghanistan, even if the Americans leave the country, which is, well, doubtful for the next few years, in my opinion. But we never know. And so this is the main reason why Pakistan and Russia have been cooperating, and also Russia has sold military hardware to Pakistan. They've sold helicopters, they've sold engines for Pakistani jets, and they're also currently negotiating other sales for air defense systems, tanks, jets, etc., etc. So this is very, very important for the two countries to cooperate, and it's for the benefit of everybody in the region, including China.
But Russia has also been economically getting closer to Pakistan. What significant economic investment has Russia done in Pakistan recently?
Yes, the cooperation between Russia and Pakistan isn't just limited to diplomatic and military cooperation, but also to energy and infrastructure. Now, there's talks at the moment of energy deals worth billions, basically, and both countries have signed an intergovernmental agreement on energy, which means there's a high probability that Russian Gazprom will end up supplying Pakistan with liquefied natural gas. Also, Russia is building a gas pipeline from Lahore to Karachi. But the next step of cooperation between the two countries, because they are moving so fast, aren't they? The next step, in my view, and should and probably will be some kind of cultural exchange of sorts. Tourism, boost of tourism. So both people from both countries can get to know each other in the same way that China and Pakistan have. So, and both Russia and Pakistan could use their medias, and perhaps have some kind of joint media exchange program where they can counter the overwhelming American and generally Western media, which paints both countries in an extremely negative light.
Speaking of economy, it has been reported that Russia is interested in the China-Pakistan economic corridor. Is that accurate?
Absolutely. Look, whilst Russia is not part of CPEC as such yet, there's always room for more trade routes within that sphere, you know, and that could benefit all in the region. So, for instance, China, for example, is very keen that there are more trade routes, you see, because the possibilities within One Belt, One Road are endless. For example, if Russia wants to, Russia could use CPEC, could use Pakistan as a focal point for another branch of CPEC, if you like, going from China to Pakistan and up to Tajikistan, Kyrgyzstan, Kazakhstan and Russia, which again would be to the benefit of all involved. So, you know, that's the thing with Russia. You see, Russia just wants to enrich itself through safe and prosperous means. Russia's geostrategic interests, geopolitical interests, strategies aren't really ideological at all. They are based on reality. So what Russia is looking at when it's looking at CPEC and other possibilities within OBOR, it's looking at, you know, at what's good for Russia, and it's looking at energy prices, it's looking at the various transport corridors that it can incorporate and it can build, and it's looking at other commodities, etc., etc., etc. So yes, it could easily use CPEC for that, which again would be to the benefit of Pakistan.
Okay, Nedka, let's get to the last question. What benefits would Pakistan, Russia gain if Russia joined Gwadar CPEC?
Well, Pakistan is already at a great advantage because the Gwadar is a Chinese investment, and China has proved itself to be a completely trustworthy partner to Pakistan. Not only has China built Gwadar, it has built airports, it has built railways and highways and power plants and even schools. So whilst Pakistan knows it cannot trust its former Western allies, they were never really allies in my opinion, and Pakistan knows that, but it knows it can't fully trust Russia. So if it trusts China, if Russia were to join the Gwadar project along with Pakistan and China, well, that would be a great win for Pakistan, because China is very soon to be the #1 economic superpower in the world, and Russia is not too far behind. So it could only be a great win for Pakistan. For Russia, it could be even more important, because as India pivots closer to America with Modi buying American weapons and engaging in security talks with America, well, this doesn't go down very well with Russia. It makes Russia feel uncomfortable, and also at the same time it means Russia will do more business with Pakistan, which is only natural. So Russia, if Modi continues to be difficult and to be somewhat antagonistic, you know, inadvertently by going along with America's demands, then in that case, Russia can use Gwadar port for another trade route, which could go from Gwadar up to Central Asia and into Russia. And whilst in Central Asia, it can interlink with other OBOR routes there. And this way, Russia, it can be an alternative for Russia for the north-south transport corridor, which is Modi's very project. So it could be an alternative to that, which would mean that Russia wouldn't have to deal with a difficult India if things came to that.
Thank you so much, Nedka Babliku, for being on Tactical Talk. It was a pleasure having you.
Thank you very much, Zain. It's a pleasure being here.
This was Nedka Babliku, the contributing editor for Eurasia Future. We were discussing, are Pakistan and Russia becoming allies? Until the next episode of Tactical Talk, this is Zain Khan. Take care and goodbye.